Hello, everybody. It's day 5. Yesterday was day 4, and I did take footage, and I was editing it, and something kind of happened. I kind of went to binge, but it didn't work out, and I don't want to go into more detail than that. Kind of backed out, and there was sort of a shift, and there was sort of, I can't really discuss it without going into details, but I'll just say that there was a kind of a shift, and things happened, and there was a sort of a wall, and it was a sort of a self-imposed wall, but it shifted energy. And I came back, and it was clear. I did not actually fall. I came very, very close, But, it seems to have done the trick, And I came back home, and the pull has been less, and the babies have been even cuddlier than before. Finn slept on my hand for hours, which he hasn't, occasionally he would for a few minutes, but, not all night. And Elsie has been, cuddly, more so than usual. Agita has been more tolerant, and the babies have been barging into her room, and she hasn't been freaking out. And the other thing that, happened after this kind of shift last night, and after kind of hitting a wall, sort of, I'm putting much more energy now, not into looking in the slither sites, and I've mentioned this before. I was thinking of doing this, looking at car ads, and now this is sort of an unorthodox, and, I realize that not most addicts won't be able to afford to go add to their car collection, as substituting an addiction. And some people would say, yes, you are. It's a form of rechanneling. Remember, in PTAP we have rechanneling, so it's it's sort of replacing one. I mean, cars are also addictive, and it's sort of an addiction. I don't need a 7th car, but it's sort of addictive, but it's a better addiction. It's safer, and it'll be better for my kids because, I'll be home and I can put energy into looking for cars, and, there's less danger of, something bad happening, Let's getting into a car accident, but that's a whole other thing. But, that could happen in any car. So I'm looking at cars, and the hunt energy is sort of channeling in that direction. So I'm going to go out and have breakfast, and then I'm going to go car hunting. So I'll show you some cars, and, I'm hoping this works, I may or may not buy, And then the question is, do I trade the Mini? Do I keep the Mini? Do I add? The whole thing with the Mini is that at least I get some money for it, and I don't have to put as much difference. And I do love the Mini, but it would also be a little bit of a sacrifice, and that might help at this point. And if I do it that way, then I will go. If I stay clear in a year. If I can make it a year, I'll replace the Mini, another Mini or a convertible Mini or a Fiat, and I've said before, I mean, I do get attached to my cars, but they're just cars. They're not kids. These are kids, they come first, So if I have to give up the Mini and, kind of use that as an incentive to wait a year and get another one, I'll do it. For these people, I'll do anything. So, and in the meanwhile, I'll buy something a little less suitable but interesting. I mean, it's still rechanneling of energy, and I'm not going to buy something I don't like. It may not be quite as much fun as the Mini, but I've got the fun cars that are going to come back onto the road soon. The Porsche and the Corvette and all the summer cars as soon as winter's over. So and there's a luxury Japanese car that I may go to see, an Acura RL, and it's kind of the opposite of the Mini. It's a big car, but it's pretty luxurious, and it's interesting, So it's not exactly, it's not exactly my style, but it is like, I like all cars, and it'll be a change. What I need now is just a jolt, it's kind of a change, and so that's what I'm trying to jumpstart, this, As I said, my method of dealing with addictions is a little unorthodox, and it also does help that I have the means, So, I totally understand this, but I would rather, if I put money into a car, it's there. In a binge, you put money, it's gone. But with a car, whatever I buy, I can always trade it. I'll lose a little bit of money, but, I can always trade it later, or I can just keep it or whatever. So that's the plan for today. I don't even want to say this, but the pull is better. It'll always be there. It's still there, but it's being rechanneled. And as I said, I don't want to go into details about last night, but it was a close call, but it was a kind of a shift. It kind of, it was sort of a wall, but not a wall. I can't really explain it more than that. But and I did not post yesterday's. I had the podcast ready, but after the events that happened, the podcast wouldn't really have worked. I was sort of in a different space, So it kind of, and the podcast was about how the cravings were ramping up, and they did ramp up to the point that, I kind of went out, but it didn't happen, and the circumstances, and then my own kind of, my own backing out, sort of, Long story, not a long story, but a difficult one to tell without details, and I don't want to provide details as usual. Anyway, we'll keep you posted. Maybe next time I see you, it'll be breakfast, and then after that, cars. Let's go see some cars. You guys might enjoy that too. It's kind of a, Nutty Professor hunts for cars. Anyway, bye for now. I'm just about to get ready and, get the babies into their room, but I just wanted to show this, as I've said before, they've stepped up their game, so I have to step up mine. And if I have to go buy another car, I'll go buy another car. If I trade the Mini, I'll trade the Mini, but whatever, it's just a car. So, but look at these, it's my kids, this is worth any effort, and it's been a hell of a struggle. I think everyone's seen it. Even with everything that was happening, day 4, I came so close to falling. I was just like that close, but narrowly averted, and I'm just going, feeling better now. I really am. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's still, as always, day by day. So it's day 5 and counting. Bye for now. Hello everybody, it's me. I'm here at the Sunset Grill, and I'm having eggs and Tabasco and toast, and it's very good. I haven't been here in over a month now, and the Mini is out there, and I drove the Mini, and I'm like going, I don't think I can give it up, but we'll see. We'll see what's out there, and we'll see if I can keep it and afford something else that will be covered under collector's insurance. And I did talk to the collector's insurance people this morning about what cars will be covered and what won't. So I'm kind of looking forward to, and I always hate to say this, but, because it's asking for trouble. Pull is less, the events of last night and kind of hitting a wall, which I'm not talking about, but, just a kind of a block, something that kind of stopped me. But I wasn't hurt or anything, so it's like, and I stayed clear, and that was the important part, that I reached that thing, and I stayed clear. And the babies have been extra attentive since then. They've really sensed that, I've been struggling, and that something has changed, and that, they can help, and they're helping. So I'm going to do everything I can. If I have to go buy a car, I'll buy a car. As I say, I've got the money, might as well use it, and it'll be there, it'll be a real thing, and it's less dangerous. So, and it's an addiction, but it's a better addiction. Anyway, next stop, we'll see an Acura, an old Acura, but the top of the line, a very rare one. Anyway, bye for now. I'm on a car lot here at the east end of Toronto, and there was a Cadillac CTS. Cadillacs are good to buy used because they depreciate a lot, and the new ones, they're I have an old one, but this I was looking at around 2010, either in addition to the Mini, or, not much of a replacement for a Mini, because it's much bigger, but it's a lot better equipped, and fancy car, and be a distraction. But it's at the dealership. The one he had here is an SUV. and it's got 175,000 kilometers, and I don't need an SUV. I've got the Pacifica, and that one I will never sell or trade because we bought it brand new. It's got very low original kilometers, so I will always keep that. So I've got an SUV. I don't need one. He said the one dealership I'm going for is the one right next door, so I'll go see if they have the CTS there. Anyway, bye for now. Yeah, now this is I came here, but he said it's at their other location. So it's about 5 minutes away. These are very shady places, different kind of shady than what I've been used to, but it's probably a safer shady, Anyway, bye for now. Gotta go see it. I'm not really seriously interested in the Cadillac. It's more of a distraction, but they are nice cars for the price. They're a good value. Anyway, bye for now. That's the Cadillac CTS, 75,000 kilometers, about 10,900. Nice car. This one doesn't have navigation. Not exactly what I'm looking for anyway, but And then they do have a BMW 6 Series. Convertible, 140,000 kilometers, 2008, I think. And this one is covered under collector's car insurance. I talked to the collector's people today, but this one is got 145,000 kilometers and it is 19,000, which is more than I'm willing to spend on the collectible. So I'm going to go have a look at a Mercedes convertible. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, there's one for about 14, and it's a Mercedes, and it's a more interesting model, and I could actually use that a little bit more than this. But I'm going to have a quick look at that, and then I'll go have a look at the Acura. So really, today's thing is more distraction than anything else. I'm going to buy any of these cars. Anyway, bye for now. The Mercedes convertible I came to see here, 2005, little out of my budget, 13,900, but only 80,000 kilometers. Beautiful car, and I would have had to trade this, to afford it, which I really didn't want to do. And then I would have had to use my Pacifica in winter again and keep that in storage. It was a beautiful car. Sold! Just on the weekend. So at least I'm, and he goes, we had it for a long time. And I go, well, I guess it wasn't meant for me, And it was really more distraction anyway. So let's go have a look at the Acura. That's the only really one he was serious about today. They got a BMW here, but it's got a lot of kilometers. And I think 190,000. This car only has 124, So this is better than most things that I can get, in that price range. And that's about 8, Anyway, let's go have a look at the Acura. Bye for now. Here I am at another dealership. This is upmarket. This is kind of like inside, and there's all kinds of really nice fancy cars, like a BMW, the Lincoln Navigator. Now this is the car. See how the front thingy is peeling a little bit? That's not a bad, these are cosmetic things. They can be done as long as there's no actual rust. And, a little bit of chipping on the paint. Unlock. There's an unlock. Actually, and it's a 2006. It's got 137,000 kilometers. Now, it needs a little bit of cosmetic touch-up, and I've been doing this a very long time, so I usually have a fairly good sense of, and one of the tricks I do is I look at the stickers for oil changes and things. The idea is to try to confirm that it is the original mileage. Very nice inside, very, very luxurious. Completely different thing than the Mini, but it's a Honda. It's really a Acura. So it's a Honda engine, and it's got the navigation. Very, very nice car, Now, I don't really need it, but now it's got the power seats. It's got the wood grain. This would be great on the highway going to the house if it ever gets ready, which doesn't look likely at this point, but of all our cars, this is the one that reminds me a little bit of the Cadillac, except probably, more reliable and much more equipped. Cadillac was before the time of navigation and everything, and all of this is very, very nice, Now, do they have is this let me just have it. And these are the things that I do when I look for cars. Oh, it's got the owner's manual, which is always a good sign, and it has got some paperwork in there. It's got some receipts, and if I really want to pursue this, I would look at the mileage and these. That's in looking at old cars. You know how in real estate they say location, location, location. In hunting for old cars, they say Paperwork. That's how you determine whether a car is genuine mileage. Now, this one is supposed to be. Now, I don't want to try to start it because I think it's a push button thingy. But I don't want to, like, have the thing lurch forward into that Escalade or something. I should be able to start it. As far as I know, what you have to do is. It doesn't have a push button. So, and it's not a key thing. This is a fob. This would be in early days of this technology. So I have a feeling that, you have to, I think you have to do something with that thing. You have to put your foot in. It's in park. It's not going to lurch anywhere. Sounds pretty good. Look at the thing. And it says, check keyless access system. I don't know what's doing that. System provides route information. Let's see. It's a nice car. It's a very nice car. It says goodbye to you too. Minnie doesn't say anything to me. Minnie doesn't talk to me at all. 8,900. With 137,000 kilometers. If I want to go further, I would have to open that up, look at all the paperwork, try to determine that it is genuine kilometers. And I've been doing this, as I said, a long time. Just looking at the seats. I think it's probably genuine mileage, and the condition. Now, it's got some chipping and, some peeling. But that's, it's a 16-year-old car. That's to be expected, and I would have to get it touched up a little bit like this. All of this would have to be right away touched up. It's a nice car, I don't think they would buy it, but I've got to talk to him about it a little bit. It's a nice car. Okay, bye for now. Guy crunched the numbers, and I was not too surprised. He said, maximum, and he gave him the mileage in the car and the year and the options and this standard 6-speed, and he said 3,500. And, they'll probably set up for 6.5, 7, but then they'll have to get it certified and, and all of that stuff, and they clean it up and, and they want to make a profit. So, I'm not too surprised at the low number. I paid 7 for it a year and a half ago, and then I spent 2,000-3,000 regular maintenance and new wheels, new tires, summer, winter tires, and tune-up, and a clutch, slave cylinder, regular maintenance. But still, over the year and a half, I spent a couple of. So there's no question this car's not going anywhere. I'm keeping it. Absolutely no question. I would never ever trade this for 3.5. I'd just keep it, And so what that means is, and I don't think I would buy this Acura. What it means is I have to kind of limit my my collectible car thing to about 6, because I'm not going to trade this. So 5.5, 6, if I can find something even older, maybe a convertible, and I've got some time to look, So I'll look around, I'll check out the dealerships, and at least I started, and it's a rechanneling of energy, and the salespeople are very low pressure, very laid back, and a couple came in a late model BMW 7 Series, or Audi, the Audi 7 Series. They're brand new, and they're looking, I think, for the wife and the kids. They're looking for a Navigator. So they're looking at that one. And the guy just gave them the keys, and they went and looked like I did with the Acura. And then they're looking at this one, the black Navigator. And there was no pressure. And the guy said, yeah, I might come back later today. I'm interested in one of those two. And the guy was just sitting there, looking at my thing for my car. And, so it's kind of very low-key. So I kind of like that. But, as I said, rechanneling of energy, it's safer than, and if I have to spend $5,000-6,000, fine. But I'm keeping this. Whatever I do, there's no way I'm going to, part with this for 3.5. Anyway, bye for, I hope its feelings aren't hurt, but I told it, I don't have to moralize my cars, but I did tell it, I'm not really good. Out of curiosity, I'm just asking, but I wouldn't trade you. Anyway, bye for now. Hey everybody, the Mini, which is not going anywhere, and myself are here on the Danforth. Came back this way, long way back, along Danforth, Kingston Road, Danforth. It was at the dealerships, and they're right at the east end of town, and there's a whole bunch of dealerships there. There's also these dodgy motels, but I avoided those. I just went straight to the dealerships, on the way back, I came this way, Danforth, and the pull is, it's lower than it has ever been, than it's been in quite a while. Now, it's not to say it's not going to come back, but it's, for now, the worst feels over. I'm even afraid to say that, just in case, But anyway, coming along Danforth, and I've stopped here at Astoria Souvlaki on Danforth. There's a second location here as you're approaching the highway. And I'm getting a chicken souvlaki and Greek salad meal to go. And I'll have it at home after I edit, post, feed the kids, do all of that stuff. Actually, I'll feed the kids later because they had their brunch very late. So, but you know what? Day five, but it was a close call on day 4. Day 4 was very close. This last stretch, after the last binge, has been the hardest yet. And I guess it's just, the binges were stepping up, the cravings were stepping up, the binges were, without going into the details, but as going more and more into shadow, as everything escalates, it's harder to return, and I can attest to that. But yesterday was a sort of, hitting a wall or hitting a low, sort of a low. Again, I'm not going to, sort of not. But it worked. Whatever it was, pull is less, and it really helped to go look at the cars today. I'm not going to buy any of the ones that I saw, but the Acura actually is a nice car, and a lot of cars you go to see them, and they turn out to be junks. But that one, I think it's genuine. Actually genuine, 137,000 kilometers. And it's a really good example of an early high-end Japanese car of that era, of that era when Japanese cars were just going into the, the sort of high-end luxury market. And it's a good example. It's a beautiful car, and it's in pretty good shape. However, I don't really need it. And it needs, a little bit of touch-up. And then it'll become car 7, and, I'm going to skip it, But I'm going to keep looking if something really good shows up. Which I don't, there was one, actually. There was a Mercedes CLK 2004, 3 or 4 months ago, red, which had 110,000, very low kilometers, and it was about $6,000, and it looked very good in the pictures. And I found out today that would have been covered under collector's car insurance. I didn't know that, at the time. But if I'd known that then, I might even have bought it. And I might even have rechanneled, and who knows, maybe I could have been spared this latest, round of shadow battling. But anyway, who knows? You can't speculate on these things. So anyway, I will keep my eyes open. If something like that, I'm going to put some energy into rechannel energy, looking at car ads rather than party postings, slither postings, So anyway, I'm going to pick up my thing, go back to the kids. I'm looking forward to that. And as I said, they have really stepped up their game. I'm very grateful to my kids. So anyway, I will, and they've really, the effort that I'm putting into all of this is more for them than anything else. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Hello everybody, just got back. Agita's here in the kitchen. She wants to be foot petted. Okay, sweetie, I'm going to go let your brothers out so you can climb up on your perch, Daddy went to see some cars. It was fine, still clear. Day 5. And babies, come. Yeah, man. What's there? They're so chill these days. They don't come rushing out, Hey, sweetie pie, look at you, Mr. Finn. Look at you, Mr. Finn. And, of course, I'll see them to the bed. Come on, sweeties. Daddy's home. Daddy's clear. All is well. Okay, I'm just going to throw some garbage, and then I'll get changed, and I'll edit and post. Then I'll feed the kids, and then I'll feed myself, Day 5. It's been a rough ride, but still going, so far so good. Bye for now. Both the babies are here in the dining room. It's a little dark, but you can see them. So both the babies are here, and Agita is here on her perch, we're having family togetherness time, and I'm just about to have a shower and get changed. So it's been day 5. As I said, rough ride, but made it to day 5, and so far so good. I think there has been a shift, and the car switching helps. So even if I don't buy, and if I see something I really like, I might actually buy it. But I'm keeping the Mini. So now, right now, I'm going to shower and change and wear pajamas, and I'm going to edit and post this, and then feed the kids. Feed myself. I've got the chicken souvlaki Greek salad dinner takeout, and do a journal entry, and check car ads. I have a better idea now of I'm going to narrow it down to maybe CLKs of a certain because those are covered by collector's insurance. And there was a perfect one about 2 or 3 months ago, a red one, 2-door Mercedes Coupe, 2004, with pretty low kilometers. It was like $6,000, and now I find out it would have been covered under collector's insurance anyway. But we'll see. It'll be a good rechanneling. I can focus, and rather than checking slither posts, I can check car ads. On a reader. Okay. From the 4 of us. So from Agita, Finn, and lcee. So from 1, 2, 3, and Daddy makes 4. End of day 5. So far so good. Bye for now.